Kick-Ass is the story of your typical high school nerd, Dave, who likes comics, girls, and mastering the art of deception.
I'm also not gay.
And if you add all that together, we get a superhero. Welcome to the Death Toll.
That's not me, by the way.
I'm Kick-Ass.
This is Dave, 6 months prior before he takes the identity of Kickbottom. He's your average guy with your average friends. By golly, there's 2 Quicksilvers. And that one dude from Hot Tub Time Machine.
It must be some kind of hot tub time machine.
We get shown random moments of Dave's life, like him in school trying to talk to his crush, and getting embarrassed by it. I get the feeling, Dave.
I've become so numb, I can feel you there!
And talking to his friend Quick on Skype.
Check out nippleslips.com, it's good.
No, it's not. I mean, I wouldn't know anything, I'm just guessing it's not good. Anyway, Dave's mom dies at breakfast, so he seeks revenge on the Puffs. How dare you be honey and so sweet? There was a total of 2 deaths in Kick. Okay, the movie may not end just like that.
How come nobody's ever tried to be a superhero? Putting on a mask and helping people? How's that impossible?
How's that super? Super's like being stronger, flying, and that's just hero.
All being fast? Am I right? They then go to mention Batman. However, I refuse to let anyone believe that he's human. My man survived this. And this. He even lived being burnt up in outer space. He ain't human. On the way home, they get stopped by some hoodlums who want their comics, as every gangster just wants a new issue of Spider-Man. When Dave gets home, he beats it, then orders a costume. Meanwhile at Frank's Lumber, a crime syndicate are interrogating one of their own, as apparently Batman is real and stealing coke. Which now makes perfect sense. He's bouncing off the walls because it's Christmas in his nose. We don't see it happen, but when head boss, who's called Frank, leaves, a gunshot is heard. Dave's costume arrives, he puts it on and practices his epic fight moves. Feeling unstoppable, the next day he goes out to practice parkour with a tire, preparing for the real thing.
Fuck!
Dave wants to live, so he picks an easier battle, taking on the 2 dudes who stole his comic. He suddenly gets a confidence boost and is now ready to take on the world. But you know what they say, if you talk the talk, then be ready for someone to pull a knife on you. Sorry, that's just my British side coming out. Dave tries to walk it off, then immediately gets hit by a car. Damn, this really isn't your day. At least the paramedics show up to sort him out. At Evil HQ, Joe, the right-hand man, cuts breakfast short. He needs to talk to boss man Frank. Before we get into that conversation, what's with all them apples? There's enough to feed the village, but my fat ass just wants them muffins. Chris, Frank's son, tries to follow, but immediately gets shut down. There's also the mother/wife, who never gets developed, and I'm pretty sure we never see her again, so she doesn't get a name. We find out Redshirt, who has since been killed, wasn't lying about Batman stealing coke. They invite the Russian buy Rover to the lumber warehouse, and microwave him until he explodes. Sometime later, Dave returns to school after the whole... On the bright side, he's getting attention from his crush. However, it's not for the reason you think. Apparently the only reason she's giving him the time of day is because there's a rumor going around that Dave's a homosexual.
Gay?
Okay, people think you like Willy, not touching minors. Calm down. Dave restarts his training program, doing all the essentials like sit-ups, selfies, and MySpace. He starts working the streets, looking for pussy, in the superhero sense, and not the other way. He spots a cat and starts to climb, only to end up falling right into the path of a guy being chased by some thugs. Beating him down, Dave steps up and actually gives these guys a run for their money. Considering it's a 1v3, he holds off quite nicely. Don't get me wrong, he gets a hell of a beating, but overall, he did. The police start coming, so the thugs start going, and thanks to some kid recording this whole ordeal, Kick-Ass is now famous, appearing on the news and YouTube as a real-life superhero. Here's the question, why didn't any of the paramedics who found Dave tell anybody he's Kick-Ass? Sure, he asked them not to, but come on, it's like finding out who Spider-Man is. You're gonna tell. Anyway, Dave decides to go out with his crush, Katie, who looks awfully familiar. Oh wait, I know where she's from. She was in
Hot tub time machine.
but just as friends, since she still thinks he bats for the other team. Dave finds out some guy has been harassing her, so he masks up and pays the dude a visit. First though, he needs to get past the guard.
I'm a friend of Katie's.
Kids nowadays are text.
He tells Beta to leave Kate alone, but it doesn't listen, so Kick-Ass tases that mofo. Believe it or not, that doesn't sit well with Beta. Furious, he pulls a knife and goes to stab him, when suddenly... Pause. Before we get into this kill, I need to rewind and provide some context. While Dave's been training to be Kick-Ass, we see Nicolas Cage shoot a little girl. Not just for fun though, they are actually superheroes. Unlike Dave, these two are highly trained and equipped with all the gadgets. And yeah, they shoot to kill. I think that's all the context you need. Let's resume. Hit Girl over here, aka the child who was just shot, goes on a killing spree, bringing the death toll up by 7, whilst also scaring the living shit out of Dave. Fuck! A girl does try to escape, however, Hit Girl ain't having it.
Must have been the wind.
That is one gay-looking taser.
Guardman sneaks up behind her when a sniper takes him out. She bags the cash and makes an escape. Kick-Ass follows as he has some questions.
Who are you?
I'm Hit Girl, and that's Big Daddy.
Nope, not doing it. Nope, I can call you Hit Girl. I can even get away with Kick-Ass, but I ain't calling him Big Daddy. I will compromise. Since he looks like Batman, I will call him Baddie. Nope. No, that's worse. How about Big Man? No, that's not great either. Screw it, I'm calling him Nicolas Cage. Hit Girl jumps to the other building, and Kick-Ass is like, I'm good. So he takes the stairs. He gets home, and that's when they pay him a visit. They tell him if he ever needs them, just put on vacation to his MySpace, and they'll find him. Then they roll out. The music was my touch, but look at that goofy ass run.
Sweet dreams.
I think I just threw up in my mouth. Frank finds a picture of Nicolas Cage and assumes it's Kick-Ass who's been stealing his coke. I get the confusion. The costumes do look pretty similar. Frank issues a kill order on Kick-Ass, and while that's happening, the dynamic duo are crushing some poor chap. A cop breaks into their apartment and starts snooping around. We soon learn that Cage and the intruder used to be partners on the force, until Frank framed Nicholas and got him sent to a cage. While he was locked up, his wife couldn't take it, leaving their infant daughter behind to be raised by his former partner. When Cage was finally released, he took his daughter back and set his sights on revenge against Frank. Nicholas walks in and finds him snooping, so he asks him to leave. Frank is in his fancy limo when he spots Kick-Ass.
Roadhouse.
Some guy walks over and sees what's going on, so Frank decides to... And since he thinks Kick-Ass and Batman are the same person, Katie is crying, but it's not for the reason you think. She's upset that Beta is dead, so Dave offers some support. As it turns out, that guy was just an imposter.
It so sucks that you're gay.
That might suck, but Dave doesn't. Frank is furious that he killed the wrong Kick-Ass. Chris walks in with a plan. He's going to go undercover as Red Mist to become Kick-Ass's new crime-fighting partner. They meet up and head out, ready to take on the streets. But this is just a toy so Misty Boy can bring him to a trap. Unfortunately, when they arrive at the building, it's burning down. They run in just to make a quick escape. The only thing they saved was a teddy. However, this ain't no normal bear. It has a camera in, which captured what really happened at the warehouse. It was Nicholas Man. Yeah, he's definitely not Batman. He burns the place down and this scares Frank, so a lockdown is issued. Meanwhile, Dave is trying to lock something else down, if you catch my drift.
Oh, no, it's me. I was only just trying to surprise you. I'm scared.
Why are you just as kick-ass?
Because I am Kick-Ass.
Yes, he admits what his secret identity is, but more importantly, he tells her,
I'm also not gay.
You see this, kids? All you need to do is lie to the girl of your dreams, destroy every sense of trust she has, and then you will be together. I can't show what happens next, but I will give you a hint. Dave heads out because Miss Man needs help. He asks to meet up with the rest of the heroes, that being not Batman and Hit Girl, So Dave posts he's on vacation and then takes them to meet him, unaware that this is a setup and they're being followed. When they arrive, Red Mist shoots Hit Girl, then the goons come and take Cage and Kick. They then broadcast them being tortured. Well, there goes my future kids. The crooks go to burn them when suddenly...
Time to die.
If you remember when we were first introduced to Hit Girl, she was wearing a bulletproof vest, which means this shot doesn't kill her. However, that fall definitely should have. Hit Girl cuts the power and enables night vision. Not sure why it says infrared, but that doesn't matter. Let's get to the deaths. During this POV shot, which I think is amazing, and I don't usually say kind stuff, like in general, I'm a miserable person. She kills 8 people before they set Daddy-O on fire. I'm not going to show the next part, as it almost gave me an epileptic fit, and I don't even have epilepsy. What I will do is count the people that are left alive, which is 4. These 2 and these 2. She pops them all before turning off the camera.
I think I'm in love with her, dude. She looks like she's about 11 years old. I can't wait. I solemnly vow to save myself for her.
You may not be on Santa's list, but you're definitely going on A list. Nicolas Cage dies due to being set on fire. Then they head to the safe house to gear up for the next move. The plan? Finish the mission. Hit Girl takes the lead, heading through the front door.
Let her in. It's a little kid. What's the matter with you?
Did you not watch the news? A little girl just murdered 12 people live. They let her in, and guess what? At least she left the doorman alive. Okay, maybe not. Hit Girl makes it upstairs, swiftly taking out the 3 guards by the elevator doors. The gunshots echo, drawing attention to the rest.
Rip off the plastic, unpackage the madness, try to figure out what happened with rapping people, clap dance over words and beats. Rap music isn't art anymore, it's just beef.
What in the stormtrooper ass aim is that? Not a single person hit her once. She should be called No Hit Girl.
That doesn't even make sense.
She runs out of bullets before she can take out the last guy. But that doesn't matter. A bigger problem has arrived, in the form of reinforcements. She leaps for cover, then the blasting starts. Not for long though. They grab a bazooka, which is a bit overkill, but we move. Before he can use it, it's Kick-Ass's turn, and he tears these people down, given no mercy. Now it's time to deal with Frank, and I guess his son too. Red Mist and Kick-Ass fight, which results in the boys knocking each other out, while Frank gives Hit Girl a beatdown.
Roadhouse.
He goes to shoot her instead of just ending her life right now, when Kick-Ass is magically back up with the bazooka. It would have made more sense for him to grab a pistol, but I guess this looks more cool. They fly off together into the sunset, as nothing brings a smile to their face like brutally murdering people. They formally get introduced to each other, then they set up the future movie. Kick-Ass had a death toll of...
Rip off the plastic, unpackage the madness, try to figure out what happened with rapping people, clap dance over words and beats. Rap music isn't art anymore, it's just beef. I'ma go vegetarian, keep my nose clean, get our protein from powder, feed my whole team with the beef settling, and when attrition gets reached, I'll swing for the fences, steal the damn ring like a veteran, hopping on the pedestal. I am so ready to do what Melly Mel would do, be the opposite of a flash. I'm not running the dash.
All of them were human, which is a nice change compared to the other series I'm covering on the channel. Speaking of, I am still working on season 3 of The Walking Dead, but it's taking a lot longer than I thought, as each episode is 45 minutes long, so bear with me. On another note, if you want me to cover any other shows or films, then let me know down in the comments below, and I hope to see you all in a bit.